little over $9 million in cash. And no one knows who I am.
Is the thief ever honest? That's a question that probably never crosses your mind. I mean, think about it. Thieves lie, they steal, and they're cheap. That's what they're known for. However, that's not true for Tom. Tom is known as the in and out thief. He's so good at what he does with robbing banks that nobody's ever caught him. And he has about $9 million that he has caught. Nobody's caught him with it, and he's just kind of been holding on to it. However, he meets a girl named Annie Wilkins, and he begins to fall in love with her and finds that it's more important to him to have love than it is to have all that money. So he wants to give up his life of being a thief. However, he also doesn't want to live with the guilt of having all that money and what he did in his past, so he wants to pay for his crimes first. So he decides he's going to go to the federal government and come clean and give back all the money for a reduced sentence. However, the FBI agents that go get the money become greedy and they steal the money, and then it explodes into this whole fiasco of Tom trying to come clean, however, getting framed for more crimes, while the two FBI agents assigned to his case are trying to take the money and go for it. So that's what this movie is kind of about, and it's a really great film. Very action packed. Liam Neeson is amazing in the film. One of our favorite Liam Neeson films in my house. So I do highly recommend that you check it out. There is some stuff to recognize about this film that you may want to keep in mind. There is a lot of violence throughout this film. You see some blood, you see a couple of people get stabbed, and a lot of gunfire and blood. So there is a lot of action and adventure and gore. There is not as much sexual content in this film. Nothing really worth mentioning, other than one person mentions to another guy about they talk about male parts for a minute and about neutering and that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go into detail, but there is some of that in there. And then we do get a lot of language in this film. There's a lot of the Lord's name in vain. There is some other vulgar words. We hear the F-bomb once, so there is some language that you may want to consider when watching this film. And then for drug and alcohol content, there is some wine scene in a couple different scenes that you see, but nobody really acts drunk. So that's really all that I recognized that I saw that was kind of content that I wanted to point out about this film. Overall, it's a good film, has a good lesson that we need to pay for our past transgressions. We can't just move on and kind of do what we want to do and just leave our past behind. Our past is with us, and we have to pay for those consequences, which is a great thing to see in this film. Sometimes you see, like with other films, these thieves get away or they don't pay for their crimes, but Tom actually does go ahead and pay for his crimes because he feels bad, he's conscious, and it shows the power of love. So it is a really great film with a good lesson. There is some content to remember and keep in mind, but other than that, it is a great film that I highly recommend you check out. Let me know in the comments if you've seen this film or if you plan on seeing this film. Let me know your thoughts about it. If you have any other films that you'd like me to review or a TV show, just let me know and I will try to get that done for you. Thank you and have a good rest of your day.
Ready to confess?